got a pending snowstorm coming into the state of Illinois, and I got a quick story to tell you that took place in February of 1978. I was a little boy then. My dad was a truck driver. He drove from Champaign to Hickory Hills in the Chicago suburbs every night for a company called North Shore Freight Company. And he left one night out of Champaign in clear skies. Once he arrived at the terminal, by the time that he left Champaign, it had started to snow. By the time that he got up to Paxton, it was snowing very hard. And by the time that he got between Onarga and Gilman on mile marker 282, he could not see in front of his truck. And his truck went into the median. Now that commenced it was just unbelievable experience that he had to have been through. I can't even imagine it. He had flares that he used his lunchbox with to keep the truck warm because the wind was blowing so hard that night, 60 miles an hour, and it was snowing so heavy that it froze up his radiator, so his engine froze and he had no heat. So he went without heat. It was about 70 degrees below zero with the wind chill that night. And it was snowing like crazy. It was an absolute blizzard, probably one of the worst blizzards of all time. And he was stranded, and he thought for sure that he was going to die. It got to be about 7 o'clock in the morning. He had no heat for a few hours. He had an inch of ice on his face. He had a ½ inch of ice on his feet. He couldn't feel anything, and he was down to his last flare, where he thought that he was hallucinating, but he thought that he heard a snowmobile. And so he took that flare, rolled down the window, couldn't see anything once you could not see your hand in front of your face, threw that flare out, and almost hit the man on the snowmobile, a one-eyed man, no less, on the snowmobile, who was out looking for a family that was trying to communicate via CB communication, a family that was stranded in the station wagon. Well, thankfully, my dad almost hit this man in the head with this flare, and my dad was saved by the grace of God, and was taken into this house of this guy in Onarga, and lived to tell about it. Unfortunately for that family that was in the station wagon traveling on I-57, they found their vehicle about 2.5 weeks later, and the entire family was dead. So, quick moral of the story is, if you do not have to be out on the highways starting tonight through Thursday, don't risk it. Don't chance it. In fact, if you have to be on the highway, I would call in sick if you're a truck driver. Just don't risk it. Don't chance it. This is not something to be played with. This is not an adventure. This is serious. This is a life or death storm. So I hope that you listen to this message, and heed its advice. A winter storm is nothing to be played with. Take care. God bless.